Hi buddy, I am Miyuki Takara. This is the Miyuki Mile, how's it? So, today I'd like to talk a little politics, and more specifically, I'd like to talk about a little sexual scandal that's made headline news lately. I'm talking about that of Anthony Weiner, a congressman from the 9th District of New York. Now, I actually have several problems with this. First, I'd like you to see a presser given by Anthony Weiner on June 16th. This was the CBS version of everything. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's go ahead and watch.
I'm here today to again apologize for the personal mistakes I have made and the embarrassment I have caused. I make this apology to my neighbors and my constituents, but I make it particularly to my wife, Huma. I had hoped to be able to continue the work that the citizens of my district elected me to do, to fight for the middle class and those struggling to make it. Unfortunately, the distraction that I have created has made that impossible. So today I am announcing my resignation from Congress. Yeah! Bye-bye, pervert! So my colleagues can get back to work, my neighbors can choose a new representative, and most importantly, that my wife and I can continue to heal from the damage I have caused. He's not with us. Throw him out, he's not with us. To repeat, most importantly, so that I can continue to heal from the damage that I have caused. I want to thank my colleagues in the House of Representatives, Democrats and Republicans alike. They come from different places around the country, but fundamentally, we all agree. They're all patriots, and I will miss them all. Thank you. I also want to express my gratitude to members of my staff. There are young people who are not paid very much. There are people that work very hard and very long hours. Ultimately, those people define the notion of service. I want to thank, of course, the many people who have helped me, the people who have volunteered, the people who have given me advice, the many of my constituents who have offered me good ideas. And of course, I want to express my gratitude to my family, to my mother and father who instilled in me the values that carried me this far, to my brother Jason, and of course to my wife Huma, who has stood with me through this entire difficult period, and to whom I owe so very much. I got into politics to help give voice to the many who simply did not have one. Now I'll be looking for other ways to contribute my talents to make sure that we live up to that most New York and American of ideals. The idea that leaving a family, a community, and ultimately a country is the one thing that all unites us, the one thing we're all focused on. With God's help and with hard work, we will all be successful. Thank you and good afternoon.
Now, I want to make one thing very clear. The hecklers, I can see those hecklers becoming an internet meme. More specifically, are you more than 7 inches? I can see that becoming an internet meme. That was hilarious. Bye-bye, pervert. Are you more than 7 inches? Now, the background to this one was Anthony Weiner sent some photos of himself via Twitter to one of his followers, and one of them was of his erect Anthony Weiner. And that created this gigantic firestorm, especially after he denied the whole thing. Now, I can understand proven dishonesty leading to resignation. However, a sex scandal, that's nothing new in politics. Which is why I have such a big problem with people calling for the head of Anthony Weiner. It's basically party lines. Now, me, myself, I'm an independent. Because I want to make one thing very clear. Politics is not my strong point. Not by a long shot. I'm more of a sport fan than I am political. So, nonetheless, though, I have a big problem with people calling for Anthony Weiner because of this sex scandal. Because it's nothing new. I mean, look at John Edwards. He was recently arrested for money laundering regarding his sex scandal. But yet, after his sex scandal was made public knowledge, and I think it was 2009, he slept with Rael Hunter over his cancer-stricken wife, Elizabeth Edwards. By the way, John, I'm going to slap you around. Dear God, you slept with that monstrosity? Wow! I'd much rather sleep with Elizabeth Edwards, who tragically died on December 7th, 2010 due to her cancer, as opposed to Rael Hunter. Can anybody imagine waking up next to that? Dear God! Give me Lady Gaga! Wow! Nonetheless, that actually did not lead to the resignation of John Edwards. Arnold Schwarzenegger is still in office after sleeping around. And his mistress, I don't even want to know her name. What is it with these politics and sleeping around with butt-ugly, god-awful women? Oh my God! Holy shit, Arnold! Could you have done any worse for a mistress? And probably the biggest sex scandal was that of Bill Clinton and sleeping with Monica Lewinsky while in office and you know, receiving sex acts while in the Oval Office. Now I gotta admit, Monica Lewinsky, when she was in her 20s, was attractive. If he's still sleeping with that, I will personally cut his fucking head off. The one above his shoulders. Monica Lewinsky got ugly in a hurry. Luckily, Chelsea Clinton didn't. So at least the Clintons still have some eye candy with them. Yeah, Bill Clinton was impeached after that, but he never resigned, he never left office. In fact, he's still an active part in politics nowadays. More specifically, with his wife Hillary making all these presidential runs. In fact, I would not be shocked if he's pulling the strings behind Hillary during her congressional career. I wouldn't be shocked at all, because he has experience, and she probably turns to him. So I have a big problem with people calling for the head of Anthony Weiner. It happens all the time. Why all of a sudden now are we calling for the head of I think he's a Republican? Why are we calling for his head? And I'll tell you why. It's party lines. Again, I'm an independent. Politics is not my strong point. Why now? It doesn't make any sense. And, you know, Anthony Weiner does in fact have my support. Despite the fact that he lied about it, he has my support. Not because he matches my view. I mean, he's not even in my state. He's not even in my region. But he has my support because it happens all the time. We just don't hear about it. Now, Mark Foley, his actually led to his resignation. But here's the problem. It didn't lead to any arrest. And his sex scandal involved a 16-year-old boy. What is with the fucking hypocrisy here? But then again, it really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. America is full of fucking hypocrisy. That's another Miyuki series. But what is it with this hypocrisy? I just don't get it. Sex scandals happen all the time, and these people continue in office. Now, all of a sudden, a congressman from a district in New York, people are calling for his head. Both of his heads. Although still, that was really hilarious. Are you more than 7 inches? Internet meme, here it comes. No sexual pun there. Are you more than 7 inches? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, coming up next time on the Miyuki Mile, we are going to be talking about the NBA lockout. Now, this NBA lockout has the scent of a different situation than the NFL lockout. And I actually have not much inside knowledge. But I did talk to an NBA player about this. I'm not actually going to give his name away. But what this guy said, as a basketball fan, I'm actually kind of scared now. And coming up next, we are going to be listening to Story of Scarlet by ZUN. This is a remix to the popular tune You and Owen Was Her. By the way, a lot of you might recognize this from McRoll. This is a vocal remix, actually pretty good. So anyway, that's what's coming up next. You're listening to the Miyuki Mile.